Plaintiff, Joshua Kicklighter, moved in with the defendant and his girlfriend, but he claims he stayed there less than a month because he witnessed the defendant abuse his girlfriend. Joshua is suing for an illegal eviction, unreturned property, and extortion. Defendant Lee Guy Jr. says Joshua is nothing but a liar, and after he moved in with Lee, he literally begged Lee to teach him how to be a man. Lee's countersuing for defamation of character.
Go ahead, sir. Let me hear from you first.
Sir, I met the defendant back in June of 2010 through his girlfriend Tracy, who I've known for many years. At the time, I needed a place to live, so they offered me a room to rent. I took the offer.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
I moved in on...
That is not true. That is, he's lying right now.
True?
Off the top, he's lying.
What part is not true?
He came to us begging us for a spot to stay.
Did he move in?
Yes, he did.
Did he pay rent?
No.
He never paid rent?
One time he did.
Well, then he did.
Yes, one time.
So the primary thing in which he told me was true. He moved in, he paid rent. Go ahead.
Okay, so I took the place.
You moved in, you paid rent, and then what?
Shortly
what was
after
the agreement on the rent?
It was $50 a week.
And when did you move in exactly?
July 3rd.
Did you all have a lease, or was it
no,
month
there was no
to
lease,
month?
no written agreements or anything. It was just word of mouth agreement.
Month to month. Go ahead.
So shortly after moving in, I started realizing his true character. He was always starting fights, getting drunk with everybody. I even witnessed
everybody like whom?
His friends. His friends. Every time he'd get mad at his friends, he would get drunk and start fist fights with them. I even witnessed him throwing his own girlfriend down on the ground. He slapped her a couple times.
What month was that?
In July. I only stayed there for less than a month.
Your Honor.
Stand up, ma'am. Stand up. State your name.
Tracy Ackerman.
Mm-hmm.
He has never laid his hands on me in the over a year we've been living together.
Okay.
We've also got a text message from him to...
Ma'am, I'll let you say what you needed to say about what he alleged. You can have a seat. Are there any police reports to your knowledge?
No, sir.
And you didn't call the police that day?
I didn't call the police. I stayed out of it.
All right. So let me allow him to give some background before you tell me about the illegal eviction you allege. Sir?
Nothing honest ever comes out of this man's mouth. Nothing.
Except for the fact that he moved in and paid rent.
Paid rent once.
Those are only two things that he ever tells the truth about.
He begs us to come to move in with us because he got booted out of his own place. All right.
He says you were violent with your buddies. You were violent with your girlfriend, who disclaimed that. So I'm not going to rely on that.
I'm not a violent person, as it will show in some of these things if you do read them.
What is it you would show me?
The one that stands out the most is the day that he was booted out of my house. He told his girlfriend that I pulled a knife on my girlfriend. I pulled a gun on my girlfriend and locked him in his room. The room that he was staying in didn't even have a lock on it, Your Honor.
Okay, what about all the friends he said you would get drunk and fight with?
Since he's known me, I've been in one fight.
All right, so go ahead.
He begged me to, teach him how to be a man, get a job, and...
You're gonna make me choke, sir. You say he begged you to
literally
teach him how to be a man.
Literally begged, cried, Your Honor.
Cried?
Tears and all.
Say,
begged me
please
to teach him
how to be a man.
Roger that, Your Honor.
In what respect?
Because he didn't know how to be an honest person. He didn't know how to follow through with his word. He did not know how to be punctual. He wanted me to teach him from the ground up how to be a man.
Absolutely crazy.
That
insane.
isn't distinct to manhood.
I've got
That's
witnesses
also
to prove this.
Womanhood as well, being punctual and all those things. I thought you were going to tell me something else. So go ahead, sir. In terms of being a man, I started to say, if he hadn't learned by then, dog.
No, sir, Your Honor, not that. I wouldn't go in. No.
Okay. All right. Let me hear from him.
Okay,
Tell me
Your Honor,
about the eviction and the property you're suing him for.
The night of the eviction, we went out to celebrate my birthday party while Tracy's mom watched my daughter and his kids. We went out to the first bar out of town. We was having a good time up until Lee got into a fight. He got kicked out of the bar. The police were called. He left before the police could get there because he knew he didn't want to go and get in trouble. So 30 minutes later, he called me and my ex. We met him at another bar in another city. We were having some drinks, we were having a good time. I went to the bathroom. When I returned from the bathroom, his girlfriend and my ex were French kissing. They were groping all over each other. And because I got upset about that, because I don't believe in that, it caused me and her to get into a small argument. So when we got to an argument, she threw her engagement ring off at me. Them two took her side. They started leaving. None of them would let me inside the vehicle with them. They just left me there. I started calling, I started texting. I was like, look, y'all can't leave me here. I'm 30 minutes away from home. I don't have another ride. I know I need to get back. They text me back and said, forget about it. You're never coming back to this place. You're not allowed on this property anymore. So I sat there at the bar until 7 o'clock the next morning. When I finally got a ride home, I called them up and I told them, I was like, look, I need to come get my daughter. I need to come get my belongings. They told me, no, do not step on that property. They wouldn't even let me get my daughter. I had to call my brother-in-law and my sister to go pick my daughter up. They refused to let them get any of my belongings. So,
and told you you couldn't come and get them either.
Right, that's correct.
And did you ultimately get them?
Back in November 10th, yes, sir.
So you have all your items?
No, I got stuff that was in his house. Now I got other stuff that was in his storage unit. I got a computer, tower, monitor.
You have a list?
Yes, sir.
Where are these items to your knowledge?
In his U-Haul storage unit.
And when you've asked him for your things from the storage unit, what has he told you?
He just said he never would get back with me about it. When I went and got my stuff finally in November, he gave me my stuff from his house, but he charged me $150. He said it was a fee for keeping my stuff safe.
Gotcha. Let's talk about the property that's missing. That's the property in the storage unit, right?
Yes, sir.
And you've never spoken to him about it?
After November, I never heard another word from him.
Today is the first day that you talked to him about it?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you ask him, can you get your stuff?
So that's all I wanted, my stuff back. You know, you won't even give me back my pictures of me and my daughter.
Man, you a liar from the jump.
All right, man.
Do you have his things, sir?
No, sir, Your Honor. He came back on the 28th
Let's start with
of
the
September.
eviction.
All right, me thrown out of the bar didn't happen. His girlfriend was pushed into a bar by a guy getting escorted out of the bar. And his girlfriend, instead of coming to him, goes to me and my girl and says, hey, this guy just pushed me. I said, be right back. I walk outside with the guy, say, you gonna pull a knife, you gonna push the girl? Push me, pull a knife on me.
This is
and
the
drop him.
talking.
All right, that's the man in him.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I looked at the bouncer said, you fine? I said, yeah, I'm great. He's like, all right, come on, get back in. I walked back in. About 5 minutes later, the bouncer comes back to me and says, hey, somebody called the police in the crowd. You might want to say your goodbyes. We get to this other bar. We're sitting and chilling. My girl and his girl starts dancing, and me and him shooting pool. We having a good time. Ain't nothing going on. And then the kiss happened. And it was a joking kiss. Like, they ain't gonna kiss us, let's kiss. Kiss. That was it. It wasn't no make-out session.
And he gets mad, and then what?
So he flies off the handle, starts screaming and cussing, like causing a huge scene in the bar.
Not true.
Let him finish. Go ahead, sir.
To a point to where the bartender comes over and says, hey, y'all might want to take y'all's last round and get out. So I tell this dude, hit the brakes, start stepping, hush puppy highway, walking ain't crowded, get away from me. Because at the rate he was going to put his hands on that girl.
All right. Now, when he comes back to the house the next morning, what happens?
He doesn't come back to the house the next morning. He's right on that one aspect. I told him, you are no longer welcome. If you want to get your stuff, you and somebody else come get your stuff.
Did you know you have to give notice before you evict someone?
It's not my property, Your Honor.
You told him not to come back, though.
But it's not my
You're the
property.
one that evicted him. Where's his property?
All his property was in my house.
None of it was in your storage unit?
We had already gotten that out. He came on 2 occasions, once with his stepdad, and I kept on him, Your Honor. I told him, I want your stuff out of my house.
Okay.
Please come get your stuff out.
What is it you want to show me?
These are the text messages sent between me and him.
Indicating what?
Indicating dates and times of me begging him to come get his
Read
stuff.
just one of them. Sir, did he ever ask you to come and get your thing?
Yeah, we had several agreements, and on times I would
Sir,
show...
you told me that you never discussed it afterwards. Who did you have a rental agreement with?
Lee, and both of them.
Stand up, ma'am. Did you have an agreement with him to rent him the property?
Yes, and
All
it was
right.
not $50 a week. It was $150 every 2 weeks.
Did you agree with him leaving?
Yes.
Okay, so you illegally evicted him in conjunction with him. All right, and the extortion you're suing for is for what?
For the $150 that he made me give to him when I finally came to pick up my property at his house.
Your Honor, the $150 was half of what he owed us in rent that he hadn't paid in over a month.
But if you deny giving him his property because of that, then that is extortion.
Well, the agreement was if he gave us the $150 for back rent instead of the $300, then we would give him his stuff.
All right, thank you for admitting the extortion. Have a seat. All right, that's not agreement, that's extortion. You don't have to pay back rent. And many people don't understand that. You go to the court and sue him for your rent. You can't withhold a person's property because they have not paid you. Sir, you're going to read something to me where you told them to come and get them?
All right, 9/26 at 12:13 p.m. Okay, I remembered. Would you like to come get a load? He responds with, huh? Of your stuff, question mark. I can't today. I'm in Hattiesburg.
Okay. Good enough, sir. He denied ever talking to you about it. Your counterclaim for defamation is for what?
On the day that he told his girlfriend that I had my girl at gunpoint and him locked in a room, he's admitting here that he's lying.
There you go. What I did, this is defendant to plaintiff. We didn't take anything anywhere. All right. I am sorry, man. I was trying to make her feel sorry for me. This is his response. I wanted her back, period. It was wrong for me, and I am sorry, man. You admitted to defamation, as he says. I'm going to grant your judgment, sir, for illegal eviction. That's $200 a month you were to pay. I'm going to grant you treble damages. I think he did it maliciously. He didn't have a reason to throw you out other than he was upset, and therefore I'm going to grant you treble damages, meaning I'm going to triple that $200 a month and grant you $600. However, sir, you did defame his character. $600 for the plaintiff, $2,000 for the counterclaimant, and you're left, sir, with $1,400. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He kept my stuff and whatever, he gets away with it, that's fine. He takes away all my memories of me and my daughter and me and my friends in high school. Later, y'all.
You can have your unicycle and your oversized Budweiser helmet
Let me get this off my chest, boss. I want you to come get your unicycle and your oversized Budweiser helmet and that piece of granite, the only thing you left at my place. Let me tell you one thing, dog. You don't take on this one. You grab the bull by the horns when you come to this one. Deuce.
That's why he's running.
Hi, Judge Mathis. My name is Tiana. My friend and I planned a trip to Jamaica, which I was already charged for, but she backed out at the last minute. Can I sue her for half the hotel expenses?
It's possible, Tiana. If you can prove that you incurred the charges based on your friend's promise to go, you may be able to get reimbursed by her. However, if she never guaranteed that she was going to go on the trip or that she was going to pay for it, then unfortunately you have no case.